So, good evening, everybody. I'm Dipanjan Ghosh. Today, I want to take the third class of the chapter Neural Control and Coordinations. I want to discuss that chapter on the need based discussions. So, it focus about that chapter. Okay. So, what is spinal cord? From where it is originated, and how do the way it actually extended? So, if we look forward, then we can find out it is actually originated from the cavity of foramen magnum of vertebrae column, and actually it will extended to the first and second lumbar vertebra, and it is and the length of that spinal cord is actually 45 cm. And like brain, and it contain also basically the dura mater, arachnoid matter, and the pia also covered it. Okay, and if we look forward towards spinal cord, the structure of spinal cord, then we can find out it is segmented to the 31, and we know the spinal nerve is actually outlet from that that segment of that in one pair from every segment, that is 31th pair from the 31 segment. And we know about the gray matter and white matter. In case of brain, and the gray matter is actually present to the outside of the brain, and in case of spinal cord, the gray matter is actually present to the center of the spinal cord. Whereas in case of white matter, in case of brain, white matter is actually present to the inner portions, and in spinal cord to the outer portions. And in case of gray matter, it contains the cell body of the neuron and neuroglia, and white matter contains the nervous system. And the color is gray in case of gray matter, and in case of white matter, the color is white. So you have to make a clear concept about the spinal cord. And if we go to the functions of spinal cord, then we can find out that it is the main center, nerve center for reflexes, and different sensory and motor organ and different organ is actually connected. So it is called the spinal cord. The functions of spinal cord is to it acts just like a connecting organ. And we know the functions of center. It is the main control center of the autonomic nervous system, that is the sympathetic and parasympathetic system. Nervous system is actually controlled by spinal cord. And we know that our body posture is actually maintained by muscle tone, and that muscle tone is actually maintained by spinal cord. And if we look forwards, the nerves which is actually originated from here, if we look forward towards the nerve is actually originated from spinal cord, that is the spinal nerve. And the cranial nerves also present. So if we look forward towards cranial nerves, we know olfactory nerve. Basically, these are sensory basis. So for Neet students, they should have to carefully enough that the sensory nerves are 1, 2, and 8. Basically, 1, 2, and 8 are sensory. 3, 4, 6, 11, and 12. That is olfactory, optic, and auditory. If we look forward, what are the sensory? 1, 2, and 8, olfactory, optic, and auditory. Whereas the oculomotor, trochlear, the smallest nerves, trochlear, 6th nerve, and 11th nerve, that is spinal axis and hypoglossus, they are basically motor nerves. And trigemini, fasciae, glossopharyngeal, and vagus, that is 5, 7, 9, and 10. 5, 7, 9, and 10, they are basically mixed nerve. That is, they contain, they do the function sensory and motor, so that's why they are mixed nerve. So 1 to 8 are sensory, 3, 4, 1 to 8 cranial nerve are sensory, 3, 4, 6, 11, 12 are motor, and 5, 7, 9, 10 are mixed nerve. Okay, and we know that cranial nerves are originated from where? If we look forward from olfactory nerve, then this is a sensory nerve, and basically it originated from olfactory epithelium and goes to the cerebral cortex. And optic nerve basically sensory in type, nature, and it originated from the retina and goes to the occipital lobe of the cerebral cortex. And oculomotor or motor nerves, it basically helps to the ciliary muscles. It is associated with ciliary muscles. And trigeminal nerves are mixed nerves, we know. That is, they are basically originated from the pons varoi. And if you will remember that 5, 6, 7, basically they all have originated from the pons varoi. Okay, and that trigeminal nerve basically have been classified into the ophthalmic nerve, maxillary nerve, and mandibular nerve. Basically, they have gone to the eye, to the upper jaw and lower jaw. And in case of abducens nerve, that is a motor nerve, and basically it heads to the lateri, it goes to the lateri rectus muscles of eye. Okay. And facial nerve is a mixed nerve. It is also originated from pons varoi, and it will go to the taste bud of tongue taste bud of tongue. And auditory nerve, we know that is this is also called, the auditory nerve is actually recommended as the vestibulocochlear nerve, because it goes to the ear. Okay, so the ear basically it is originated to the from the membranous labyrinth, and it maintains the body balance. And cochlear nerve, it is also originated from the membranous labyrinth of the cochlea. Okay, and the glossopharyngeal are this is the mixed nerve, glossopharyngeal, and ninth cranial nerve, and source is the medulla oblongata. And expansion, that is it has extended to the parotid gland, tongue, palate, taste buds. Okay, so different places. And the 10th cranial nerve, if we look forward, that is the vagus nerve, the mixed nerve, originated from medulla oblongata, and expansion, that is the heart, lungs, and pancreas and gallbladder. And 11th is the spinal accessory nerve, is a motor nerve, and it goes to the neck, pectoral girdle, and earrings. Okay, so and the 12th cranial nerve is the hypoglossus nerve, we know, basically motor in nature, and originated from the medulla oblongata, and it do its functions to the tongue and earrings. So then I have just discussed about different cranial nerves, and we have seen the basically the major nerves is actually originated from the very few nerves actually originated from the pons varoi, and very few of them have been originated from the medulla oblongata. So students have to carefully note about that portions. And if we differentiate the spinal cord, spinal nerve, then we can find out cervical, thoracic, lumbar, sacral, coccygeal, C1 to C8, T1 to T12, A1 to A6, sacral, S1 to S5, and coccygeal. And if we see different types of plexus, that is the cervical nerve contain the cervical plexus or the brachial plexus. And the thoracic nerve, basically the intercostal nerve, is actually originated from where? The lumbar nerve, this is the lumbar plexus, and the sacral plexus also associated with it. So students, we read about that portions. Okay. So I have just wanted to discuss to that portions what are the cranial nerves, where they are innervated, and from there from where they have originated and where they have gone, and how do they make our coordinations with different organs. So thank you.